What's going on, guys? I want to talk a bit about wear and tear on your car, and whether that means that you shouldn't, drive for a living, like primarily Doordash, Uber Eats, Uber driver type of stuff like that. So, and the reason this comes to mind is I went into a Jersey Mike's Subs yesterday, which if you're not from New Jersey, you probably don't know, but it's fairly well known. And I picked up an order, and the guy, very friendly guy, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I missed doing Doordash." And I was like, "Oh, why'd you stop?" Right? And he's like, "Well, like I did it during the pandemic, and just the wear and tear on the car." Now I don't know what he makes, but my guess is that he makes a lot less than he would be making if he was doing Doordash for full time. So anyway, with that, just a little backstory. But here's kind of my thoughts on this question as to, is it worth it to do Doordash given the wear and tear in your car? Now, the thing is, it's certainly not worth it if there are other ways that you can make money that will make you more money, right? But let's say all other things equal. Does it make sense to do it given that you are damaging your car? And let's get that straight. If you're dashing full time, you are essentially destroying your car. However, if you're dashing full time, I'm talking 60, 70 hours a week, right? Which is what you should be doing if you're doing this full time, which is not what I'm doing. But if you are, right, you should be making close to, if not more than $2,000 a week, assuming you're either in a large city, metropolitan area, a large suburb, right? So $2,000 a week, okay, you're grossing roughly $100,000 a year, give or take, right? Now, let's say in this hypothetical that every year you did so much damage to your car, which is not the case, right? And we're throwing out gas from this hypothetical, but every year you did so much damage to your car that you need to replace your car, right? And you bought a used car that was decent. You paid $15,000, okay? So in that scenario, you're netting, right, when we're only taking away the car, $85,000. For a low-skill job, that's pretty good, right? Like that's kind of the reality. But the actual reality is that for most people, your expenses are not more than $15,000 a year, right? And also there's like major tax benefits or major tax write-offs from those, from that depreciation, right? And also what you're spending on gas. So it's like, I don't know, like it's probably closer to like $5,000 a year, right? And in that scenario, like $95,000 for a low-skill job, like that's pretty good. And that's kind of the reality you got to think about. Like if you're doing this, and it's not something that I recommend people do long term, but like it's pretty hard to find a low skill job where you're making six figures. It's just like kind of doesn't happen, right? It's a low skill job. So I don't know. I wouldn't sweat the wear and tear. I mean, at the end of the day, a car's a depreciating asset anyway, right? Like, as long as like you're not like literally destroying your car, you're not going through a car like twice a year, right? Like, I mean, if that's the case, like you might just need to go back to go and do some driving courses because you have some serious issues. But yeah, everyone's situation is a little bit different, but I think people kind of get a little like too jacked up on the wear and tear thing. Like at the end of the day, if like this guy's making 50,000, right, and you can make 100,000, but like, you're spending X amount on gas, right? It still almost certainly makes a lot more sense to do, to drive, right? To do gig work instead of doing like the retail or some other bullshit low skill job that pays significantly worse, right? There's not many low skill jobs that are like you can make $22, $25, $30 an hour, which you 100% can do with DoorDash and Uber Eats. Anyway, guys, that's kind of all I got. Hit up the like button, smash the subscribe button, ding the bell. And yeah, I'll try to provide you with fantastic content on gig work, on hustling, making money. And yeah, that's all I got. Later.